Hello, folks. Thanks for stopping by the Funky Rida. Today we have something pretty special. We're going to go over PicMonkey. PicMonkey is a very special online program in which you're able to customize any photograph you have. Today we're going to be working on how to take a background off of a picture. So without further ado, stand by. Welcome back to the Funky Rida. So here we have PicMonkey. Just go to Google, type in PicMonkey, you click on that bad boy, and boom. Okay. Now they have a thing that says a Royale. Now Royale is kind of a big deal. It has a lot more that they offer you, and you get a free trial, 7 days. Not bad, not bad. Okay, and they're constantly changing this here, so it might look different from when you log on to PicMonkey. Okay, you go up to designs. I like to use the square. Maybe I'm square. Okay, I like to always hit transparent canvas and hit apply. Make sure you click it. There you go. Now what happens is anything you put here, like a PNG file, the background is going to be transparent. Click apply. Go over to the little butterfly, which is for overlays. And now we're going to go into a file, and it's going to have a white background. We're going to take that white background away. Add your own. You click it. Click whatever you're working on. And there it is. Now you can go down here and increase it, or you can use your mouse. It rolls. You little roller on your mouse. Boop, boop, boop. No problem. Now, the way we're going to do this is you got the eraser, and you adjust the eraser size. See? The roundness. A little more. A little bit more. You don't want to get too large. Now, here, this hardness, what this means is if you have it adjusted to the left side, you can see it's kind of faded around the edges. That's the effect that's going to happen. It's almost going to look like a can of spray paint. Now, if you move it over to the right hand side, it's going to look real sharp. Okay. So now what I like to do is I go somewhere in the middle. And what I'm going to do is go around. And just near the edges, just go around the edges. There we go. Whoop. Go back down. Back around. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we go over to basic. And with basic, you can move it around. Okay, so with your mouse, same thing, move it around. And you go to eraser, click eraser, and click around. You don't want to get too close. This is your first go around. So once you've gone around the object, you're going to go back to the eraser, go a little bit larger, and it'll be easier to go over, there we go, these big outside areas. Now, this is a word of advice. Make sure you're looking at these little gray and white squares. Make sure when you go over these white areas that you go over the white areas and don't miss any areas. For example, I'll just leave this right here. Just like that. There. Now, you see right here? When you take this picture, when we're done, and you put it onto a thumbnail, for example, this area right here, this white area, will show up. So that's why you want to make this mouse large, the circle, so it covers more of an area, and it'll be easier for you to get all the areas. Once you are done with the big areas, use your mouse, like I said, to scroll. Now we're going to go over to eraser. And we'll see how big this is. We don't wanted that big, forget about it. Woo! Here we go. Okay. Maybe a little bit smaller. And now we're going to get to the edge of that black and white right there. You don't want to get into the black too much, because then you're going to cut away. Now we're going to make this as sharp as possible. And we go back this way. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. You can get this really tight. Look at that. You can get little parts like this. Alrighty, so now that we moved it, a little bit smaller. There we go. Indent it in. Sometimes you really have to get really tight into these little corners. See? This might show up, so we gotta make sure it's nice and smooth. There we go. Now, if you make a mistake, let's say you did that, you can go right over here and undo. Last action. Boop, and start again. Because at first, you know, see what it looks like so far. Now you see this part here that I did looks pretty nice. So that's going to go on top of the thumbnail that you're making. There we go. Follow the lines. Go up. You know, after doing this for a little while, you start getting faster and faster, more efficient. So it doesn't take that long. But I tell you what, the finished product really does look really nice. Really does. Okay. So far, this is what we have. We're down to the ribbon. Now, if you look down here, to the bottom right, excuse me. If you look down here to the bottom right, you're going to see where or at. It's going to help you a lot. Now, sometimes, like I said, you're going to get it to a little corner. You have to make your eraser size just a little bit smaller so you can get into that corner, a little crevice right there. Now, the more careful you are, obviously, the better it's going to come out. Okay. And I just want to let you know that obviously the bigger your picture and the more curves it has, for example, this badge is pretty curvy. It's got a lot of ins and outs. So it's going to take a little bit longer than normal. But it's worth it. See these little pixels? You get rid of the little pixels here and there. Make it a little sharper. Making this little tool just the smallest it can be. There you go. Go to little corners and get rid of little pixels. 1, 2 pixels. It's amazing what it can do. Righty? So, we're going to go around and look for these bad boys right here that we need to get rid of. So we'll make these little circles a little larger, so our work would be done quicker and more efficient. Now, let me also let you know, there are other programs in which you can use to get the white background off easier. But please remember, you can do it right now. We can take the background off of anything. In other words, let's say this picture right here had a background of trees. Well, you can take that background of trees away. Now, normally, if the background is not white, it's a lot harder to do. So you'd have to use this program here if you don't have Photoshop. Now, you can see this area right here, which we forgot to do. See how it sticks out, the white, because of, I'll tell you right there, boom. And that right there would show up. Let's say we put this on a red background. this would show up like a sore thumb. So we click the eraser and we take these off. Back up right here. All right. There you go. Oh, that was bad. There we go. Get this, put it here. Right in the middle. Now, how's that look? Not bad. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this on a thumbnail. A thumbnail, red background like we were talking about. So what you do is you go to Save. And you name it. Dallas PD badge. We'll just say Dallas PD. All right, save to my computer. All right, I like to put it on desktop so we know. Save. Now this is, there it is. Masterpiece is saved. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a thumbnail and we're going to use this. What we're going to do is we're going to make a thumbnail and we're going to use this PNG file that we just saved on desktop. So I've got this program that I have talked about on another YouTube video. I like using this program. Okay, so we're going to go over to import. There it is, I hope. Let's make sure. PNG, yep. And we're going to scroll it over here. Go to image format. Right there. Look at that. Remember what I was talking about? Son of a gun. But there it is. Now you know how you can take the white or any background. Doesn't have to be white. It's a lot easier if it was white to use something else. But if it's like trees or any other image, you can use PicMonkey. Not bad. Not bad at all. And you can still see some white over here. Now, I'm telling you, if this was on another background, it would be very different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an art masterpiece that I've made before. And so you can see also what it looks like. PicMonkey. I'm going to use another one that I did earlier. Now, his background was like blue. Completely blue. And there you go. I did that a little bit more careful. I was trying to keep with the lines. See how nice it looks. Like I said, this had a background that was all blue and looked like a news set. And it had a lot of stuff in the back. It was not white. So you have to do this if you do not have Photoshop. I hope you enjoyed this PicMonkey episode. Thank you so much. Please give me a like, a share, and a subscribe. I appreciate your support. Until next time, thank you.